Every successful brand begins the same way, on a kitchen table or in a dusty garage, with ideas packed into zip bags or craft paper. That's not wrong, but it's the glass ceiling that stops you from scaling. Because powerful packaging doesn't just protect, it transforms. It's what gets products into premium stores like Aerosol, as happened with a friend of mine whose story I'll share in this video. And it's why smart businesses earn more by splitting bulk goods into small, convenient formats. The way your product looks on the shelf or in the customer's hands decides everything. Pasta always has a special place for people. It's comfort, family dinners, home cooking. But when you start thinking about business, one pot isn't enough. The process goes like this. First, shaping. Dough is pressed into bows, shells, spirals, then drying, so the pasta holds its shape and can be stored longer. At this stage, you have a product, but it's not ready for the shelf yet. That's where packaging comes in. A filling machine portions it by weight, packs it into clear bags, and suddenly, it's something you can put in a store. I've always noticed how the perception changes. What looked like a simple, homemade preparation starts to feel like a product people take seriously. And packaging is universal. Today, it's pasta. Tomorrow, it could be nuts, grains, or dried fruit. Pasta just makes it easy to show how technology turns a simple idea into a business. Some packaging instantly grabs attention. Snap Pack is one of those. A strip with several small compartments that break cleanly along the line. No scissors, no mess, the portion is ready immediately. It can be salad dressing, honey for tea, or cream for coffee. In cosmetics, it can be creams, masks, or travel shampoos. For business, the strength is clear. Snap Packs let you package convenience and charge more. Mini portions feel premium. A 20-section Snap Pack sells higher than the same volume in a jar. And it makes sense. People pay for the ability to take it with them without thinking about spoons, lids, or bottles. That's why the format is in demand across food, delivery, cosmetics, and travel kits. There's something fascinating about familiar formats moving into new areas. Capsules we usually connect with laundry suddenly appear in bath products. And it works, so naturally, you wonder why no one did it sooner. The idea is simple. Oil sealed in a thin, water-soluble shell. Drop the capsule into the tub, and instead of measuring, you instantly get the right atmosphere. The market here is hungry for novelty. Bath products usually look the same. Salts, oils in jars, bubble baths. Capsules stand out, catch the eye, and deliver that freshness buyers are always looking for. And the same technology can also be applied to another niche, household cleaning. There's an interesting niche, making perfumes using beginner fragrance kits. These kits are designed for people who want to experiment with creating their own scents. They already contain essential oils with even intensity, and unlike pharmacy-grade oils, they don't have that medical undertone that ruins the composition. This means you can mix and match freely and come up with something unique. From there, the business model is straightforward. Decide on your blend, reach out to suppliers, and order the raw materials in production volumes. It's a bit like white label, but more flexible. The base is universal, yet the final fragrance is yours. And that's where the perfume bottle capping machine comes in. Thanks to it, what started as an experiment at the table becomes a polished product, a glass bottle with a secure cap, ready for the shelf. Some products sell themselves before anyone even tastes them. You see them and already want to buy. Desserts in clear jars work exactly like that. The transparent sides show layers of cream, berries, sponge cake, and suddenly a simple dessert turns into a marketing tool. Technically, it's simple. Clear jars, fillings, careful assembly, and the final step, airtight sealing. This format fits seamlessly into coffee shops and small bakeries, whether in big cities or small towns. People increasingly shop with their eyes, and here, the package is the display. Add a bit of creativity with fillings, and the jar can compete not just with pastries, but even with a coffee drink on the check. But it's important to understand, this is only one of the ideas. A can sealer is not only for desserts. With the same equipment, you can pack ready-to-drink beverages, pâtés, or canned goods. It's a universal tool that can support very different business models. Flow pack machines are designed to wrap products in individual film. The result is tight, neat packaging that extends shelf life and gives a professional look. Without this step, it's almost impossible to enter the market seriously. I know someone who started out making energy bars in her kitchen, nuts, dried fruit, honey, all by hand, for friends and at farmers markets. At that stage, simple bags were enough. But once she wanted to scale, the big question was, how do you show it's a real product? That's when packaging became a tool. Bars in individual flow packs suddenly looked professional, easier to transport, to put on shelves, and to sell individually. This opened the door not just to direct customers, but also to coffee shops, small retailers, and eventually big chains like Aerosol. Some packaging makes people stop right away. A jar of hot sauce, nothing new, but the same sauce in a syringe, that's intriguing. The packaging itself sets the tone. This isn't just a condiment, it's a challenge. Holding such a syringe feels odd. The sauce is ordinary, but the form creates the mood. Squeeze a drop and it feels far more dangerous than it would from a jar. What fits this format? Products with character. Fruity chili blends like mango habanero balance heat with sweetness, an entry point for beginners. Smoky chipotle sauces immediately bring barbecue to mind. That's the strength. The packaging makes the product conversational, something people want to talk about. The packaging cost is higher, around 50 cents per syringe. But a single tube sells easily for $5–7, and multi-packs do even better. The US gift set market is huge. Cosmetics, candles, accessories, food. People love ready-made turnkey solutions. No need to assemble a present yourself. And at the center of it all is the box. It defines the form, the size, and even the perceived value. Box-forming machines let you make them quickly and in the right volume. This opens two business paths. First, services for other producers. Small cosmetics or food brands are always looking for small batch packaging. Offering custom boxes can be its own business. The second path, your own product. Bath bombs are a good example. They're easy to produce, cheap in materials, and simple in formula. And when they're packed in boxes of 3 to 6, it's a format ready to go on Amazon or Etsy. There, these products fit into self-care and beauty categories. People buy them not just for themselves, but as small gifts, and packaging works in your favor. Scent is often underrated. You walk into a room and don't even realize that the first impression is shaped not by the furniture, but by the smell. And that's where air fresheners do their job. But I often catch myself thinking, no one really wonders how that spray can came to be. The liquid inside can be sourced in several ways. The easiest is to buy a ready-made concentrate from suppliers, dilute it per instructions, and you've got a working formula. The second path is to order a base liquid from companies that produce it under white label. And the third, for those who want to experiment, is to take blends used in diffusers or perfumery and adapt them for aerosol use. After that, the process is clear. The liquid is poured into cans, gas is injected to push the scent out, and the key step is capping. The machine seals the valve tightly, and just like that, the can is ready for sale. Press the button, and it works. Once I saw honey not in a jar, but in spoons, small portions sealed with thin film. At first I laughed, it looked odd. But the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. Open, drop it in morning muesli, and there's no sticky lid or spilled jar. The idea is simple but effective. These spoons fit well for hotel breakfasts, coffee shops, or snack boxes. And it doesn't have to be just honey, syrups, caramel, or fruit concentrates work too. In this case, the packaging feels like part of the product, not just a container. The business side is interesting too. The cost is higher than sachets, but a set of spoons easily sells for more than a jar of the same weight. For marketplaces, it's a great product. The photo alone explains the concept, and offline, it works well anywhere speed and neatness matter. To order the machines featured in our videos, visit easy-business.online and get a free consultation on any machine. Our experts will help you choose and deliver the equipment right to your door. The link is in the description and on the screen. Barbecue in America is more than just food. It's part of the culture. And honestly, at every picnic I've seen, sausages are always the first to disappear. The US barbecue industry is worth billions of dollars, and demand for fresh grill products doesn't really drop, whether it's summer or winter. Even in small towns, homemade sausages can be sold through farmers markets or local stores. The idea is simple: make your own sausages and package them so they look like a store product. The process is straightforward. First, a meat grinder makes the ground meat. Then, a sausage stuffer fills it into casings. And the last step is packaging. A tray sealing machine seals the sausages airtight. Even local coffee shops sometimes add them to the menu. And the best part is, the same equipment can also package burger patties, meat packs, and other ready-to-cook products. Coffee capsules have become a familiar format. Fast, convenient, easy for anyone to use. Usually they come from big brands, and everyone drinks more or less the same thing. But in reality, you can make capsules with your own coffee, your own flavor, your own brand. It all starts with the beans. Some people roast their own, others work with local roasters, but either way, that's where the character of the drink is born. And it doesn't have to be the usual medium roast. You can go for rare varieties or add unusual notes, berry acidity, or chocolate depth. Then the coffee is ground and portioned into capsules. And the final step is packaging. Each capsule is airtight, with a precise dose and the aroma sealed inside. I've seen it many times. A brand sells ground coffee in bags, and it does fine. But once they release a capsule version, demand shoots up. People buy not just for taste, but for convenience. Drop in a capsule, press a button, and it's ready. Bath salts may seem like a small product, not something you can build a business on, but reality shows the opposite. Many cosmetic and home goods brands start with exactly this kind of product. Salt itself costs almost nothing. The real value comes when you turn it into a finished product. Add essential oils, lavender for relaxation, citrus for energy, mint for freshness. Use dyes to create bright colors, or even layered mixes that look great through a clear zip bag. And it's the packaging that ties it all together. A sealed bag keeps the fragrance, protects from moisture, and makes the product look like it just came off a retail shelf. Bath salts aren't just for personal use, they're bought by spas, hotels, and gift shops. In any US pharmacy or health food store, the shelves are packed with bottles. People are used to it. The morning starts not just with coffee, but with a capsule of vitamins or supplements. Some pick a sleep mix, others mushroom extracts for focus. Behind all this variety is a simple process. The base is powder, vitamins, herbs, mushroom extracts. A machine doses it into capsules, and then it's all packed into blisters or bottles. Dozens of small brands have grown this way. One month they release adaptogen blends, then add energy vitamins, then experiment with new flavors and mixes. The equipment stays the same, only the recipe changes. And that's the beauty of the market. Capsules are easy to sell through marketplaces and stores, but subscriptions work especially well. A person gets their bottle every month, and it stops being a purchase. It becomes part of their routine. For some people, the format isn't a jar, but a blister, that familiar sheet where each capsule sits in its own pocket. Here, the packaging machine does all the work. It places the capsules and seals them tight. For business, this is useful. A blister is compact, protects against moisture and light, and is easy to transport. For the customer, it feels familiar and inspires more trust. That's why not only medicines, but also vitamins, mushrooms, and sports supplements are packaged this way. I like to look at equipment from a practical point of view. Take a machine that wraps any product in film. At first glance, it's nothing special. But once you think about how many situations it solves, it's clear why entire businesses are built on this. Film wrapping is protection. Candles don't gather dust in storage. Handmade soap doesn't stain other goods and keeps its scent. A box of snacks or spices keeps its shape during shipping. A board game or a book arrives to the customer without signs of tampering. This approach gives freedom. You don't need to commit to one niche forever. You can test different ideas, see what sells better, and adjust to demand. That flexibility is what makes shrink wrap such a practical tool for small business. The stick pack format is familiar to everyone. A slim sachet you tear open and pour into a cup. It used to be standard for 3-in-1 coffee, but times have changed. Today, people want convenience without added sugar, products with plant-based milk, and drinks with functional additives that boost energy or wellness. The US on-the-go beverage market is growing steadily. Estimates put the energy and functional drink segment in the tens of billions of dollars, and much of the sales come from convenient, portable formats. Stick packs are perfect for selling 10-20-piece boxes. Online, it's a month's supply. Offline, it's an impulse buy at checkout. The cost of one portion in this format is often under $1, while retail pricing easily reaches $2 to $3 per stick, especially if it's framed as healthy or functional. Some products are bulky by nature. Pillows, blankets, plush toys. They're lightweight but take up huge space. That's why vacuum packaging is so valuable. It compresses the product several times, turning air in a box into compact, stackable goods. The equipment is simple. Place the item in a bag. The machine removes the air, and suddenly it's compact and protected from moisture and dust. For pillows and blankets, it's also a hygiene guarantee. The buyer sees it's factory sealed. And there's another layer, a filling machine. Empty plush shells or pillowcases are easy to order from manufacturers. The machine fills them with down or fiber, and the vacuum sealer makes them convenient to store and ship. Together, that creates a lineup that can range from plush toys to bedroom sets. Since we're talking about packing machines, I can't skip a format this familiar, an automatic bag tying machine. It looks simple. Drop in a bag with bread or snacks, and it wraps and secures the tie. The applications are plenty. The obvious one is baked goods. Loaves, rolls, baguettes in a bag with a neat tie look much better than twisted by hand. The second is snacks and nuts. Bags of dried fruit, chips, popcorn. The tie makes it convenient. The bag won't spill in a bag or backpack. And it's not only about food. The same machine can package textiles, toys, or gift sets. There are things you don't think about seriously until you run into them yourself. In some states, ice season is year-round. Hot weather, bars, coffee shops, gas stations. In others, demand peaks in the summer, but it rises so sharply that producers can't keep up. I experienced it myself. On vacation, I wanted an iced coffee, but they couldn't serve it because they ran out of ice. It seems minor, but the cafe lost a customer. That's when I realized ice is a product too, with its own logistics and packaging. And this is where ice bagging and sealing machines make sense. They let you pack ready cubes into standard 5-10 pounds bags. The cost is minimal, just water and electricity. The margin comes from convenience and speed. The customer grabs a bag of ice, and the business doesn't lose sales over what looks like a small detail.